make it in Liberia with everything's overloaded there. Now, what gets me is the selfishness of saying, I'm going to put me first. So he exposed all these people on the plane. He put everybody that he stayed with in risk. Everywhere he went, he put other people at risk. He knew that. He knew that he's got it, was willing to put them at risk, and then knowing that the U.S. citizenry were going to have to be on the hook to take care of him.
But it's worse than that. If he actually knew he was sick and he suspected it was Ebola, why did he allow himself to be discharged from the hospital the first time to go get even sicker and vomit over people?
We don't know that story yet.
Pardon?
We don't know why yet.
I think they turned him away. They didn't know how sick he was, and then when he came back, they went, "Oh crap!" Now, so how many people we're hearing? Up to 100 people have now been exposed. I bet you it's a lot more than that.
It's got to be, because every surface he touched, there's a potential for transmission if he left any material behind.
Yeah, for
Sweat
several
or
hours.
Drool or vomit or anything. So, well, I can see why he came here. I mean, based on your description about the selfishness, we have a role model for him. He's called Barack Obama. We'll be right back.
We are struggling. Rising healthcare costs are part of the problem. Senator Jeanne Shaheen helped create this mess we're in. As a state senator, her bill chased 21 insurers out of our state. It reduced our choices, raised prices for New Hampshire families, and when Jeanne Shaheen supported Obamacare, it limited access to 10 of our 26 hospitals, reducing our choices again. Tell Jeanne Shaheen she's made healthcare worse.
Hi, this is Rich Gerard, host of Gerard at Large in the Morning, the Manchester area's only locally owned, locally operated, focused, and interested, riveting radio show, heard live every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on 90.7 FM WLMW New Hampshire Family Radio, and available 24/7 live or archived at gerardatlarge.com. Be sure to tune in.
All right, and so Ann Kuster, what's your opinion on this whole Ebola situation? That sounds about right. Sorry.
Liberia.
Liberia. Libya. The Ebola patients from Libya. Righty. Anyway, welcome back to GrokTAlk. I'm Steve McDonald here with Skip Murphy, Mike Rogers, Susan Olson, Kevin Kervick's joined us. He's going to be our guest for a while. And, hey, there you go. All this, everybody's handing off things.
Oh.
Hang on. Ebola. I was kind of do that, but I didn't have time to find the music. So, we are back. We were talking about West Africans sneaking into the country. We've already covered Scotland, Haggis, Ann Kuster, Brian Demjanovich, Ann Horn. Jen Horn's pool guy is going to be with us in segment 4.
Oh, wonderful.
So we're going to talk about, that sort of thing.
Making a splash?
Making a splash with Brian, the pool guy.
Crashing a splash.
And who knows, we still got a couple minutes left in this segment. We could go anywhere.
Well, let me say that I think Barack Obama has, all but without the words, invited all these folks to come in. I mean, he's left the southern border open. He now made a speech that's saying, we don't have to stop jet flights between the countries. We don't have to do anything that, to secure our borders. We have such a magnificent hospital and healthcare system in this country.
And you might kill a few million people and prevent an election. What the heck?
Yeah, and in 2 weeks, that campaign promise has expired, and we've got probably now hundreds of people exposed to Ebola with a 70% death rate if you get it. And he's just playing golf.
I've come, you remember the Borg, right, from Star Trek, and of course I've called them the Borg for a long time, number of years, because that's what they are. So I've given Mr. Security briefings his Borg designation 4 of 10, because that's what he is. So
I have a solution, though.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Yeah. Someone came into my store last night, and we were talking about the armed guards around this gentleman's house in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. Because the family apparently was leaving, and now they have to keep the family from leaving their own house. So His idea was, and I don't support this, but of course this is an interesting idea, that if Ebola were to make it to Washington, D.C., that perhaps we could localize it there and isolate it there. And then all the Second Amendment folks could kind of cordon off Washington, come around the perimeter, maybe around the Beltway. Of course, I don't subscribe to that idea, but I thought it was a creative suggestion.
Some people did suggest that all Ebola patients should be sent to D.C. for treatment. That's what they suggested.
Well,
Clear that place out
I
pretty
thought they
quick.
had one there already. Didn't they have a suspected case in D.C. only yesterday?
If you read Ace of Spades, they have a guy there who's a doctor. And he writes about this a lot. And he talks about it, clinically speaking. And he says, you're going to get all these false cases because anybody who gets flu symptoms and thinks maybe I just traveled, I was in a plane, maybe I was in Dallas, they're going to go to the hospital, and the news has nothing else to talk about, so they're going to scare the crap out of people with Ebola. And it pays to be cautious. And if you were near anybody who was in contact, you should pay attention. But you're going to see in Atlanta and in Utah and Cali, all these places are going to say, hey, Ebola, Ebola. And he says, you just got to be careful not to let that propel you down this thing where, like after 9/11, people were duct taping their houses up with plastic and to keep the white powder out. So there will be instances of that, I'm sure, because America's full of all kinds of people,
right.
And a lot of them are low information voters, and not a lot to be done for it. So Skip's going to get another mic out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got full house, and we can't do without Susan joining in because she's got lots to say to us.
And I was early anyway, so.
He broke something. The door was unlocked.
I just wandered in. Yeah.
You wanted in.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh. So all right. So it's interesting times. Interesting times.
Indeed, interesting times. And we're out there without a strategy for ISIS, of course. We're arming some people in Syria, but we're not exactly sure who, and they'll turn out to be ISIS sooner or later. At this point, I don't see what we've gained by deposing Saddam Hussein or attempting to depose Bashar Assad or deposing Muammar Gaddafi. They were all horrible people, but the number of people in jail as political prisoners doesn't come close to the number of people actually dead as a result of the strife that has been unleashed by the actions of our president.
No, it's the dictator,
The actions or
inactions? Oh, you have your headset on. Okay.
actions or inactions?
Yeah. Well,
Or is it one and the same?
I think they're closely related. I mean, he stirs up strife and then does nothing.
Community organizer, that's what they do. Rub the citizenry raw and stand back and let them go at it.
And don't forget the limbo doctrine, which is at play here, which is that Obama is the proximate cause for this, but he makes sure his own fingerprints aren't on it.
I'm sorry, I can't agree with that anymore because we've all known exactly what he's been doing. It's the media, the mainstream media, that's been covering for him.
I think that's what.
And even now they're giving up.
But that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
That Obama initiates all of this, and then he rails against it as though he's going to be the one that's going to save you from it.
I think that's why he didn't take the intelligence briefings.
Yeah,
then he can say, "I didn't know. I don't take the briefings. It must be those guys."
Yeah,
doing
just like.
Pick a phone line.
Just like in places like Venezuela, the populace says what he's going to do for the people and how he's going to protect them from all of this evil, regardless of the fact that his policies have mostly caused it.
Yeah.
What? No toilet paper on the shelves? I'm going to punish the evil profiteers. Never mind that my price control caused the problem.
Are you talking about Venezuela again?
Yeah, why not?
Well, see, they've got it right too. See, now that they're in trouble, they're blaming us. That's what you do. That's what any good communist, socialist, something
They've
or
been
other
blaming
do.
us from the beginning.
Yeah, let's test Susan's microphone. Go
I feel
ahead.
bad. I took Susan's microphone.
There are instructions.
No, hang on a second. I put you on this microphone. Try it again.
I have instructions here.
I still got nothing. This is a test.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Drat.
Get a little closer, Susan. Hello?
Doesn't work. All right, so we don't have Susan. Anyway.
All right, turn me off too. I'm going to try something else.
Alrighty. keep screwing around. Have some fun.
So this is technical innovation on the fly.
We've just become a tech program.
Anybody could get unplugged at any moment for any reason, and so we'll just all keep talking in the hope.
That's right. My name is Matt Mowers.
That any two of us could get through at any time.
Thank you very much, Matt, because I can use that forever.
Yes, the gift that keeps on giving.
Which one is she on now?
Hello.
Yeah, she works there.
That worked. I heard that.
Right, that was her.
So did I.
Skip's trying to figure out what. Anyway, welcome to Soundboard with Skip Murphy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you from there, but not from here.
That's too bad.
Yeah, isn't it? Okay, so I got a nice echoey sound because I'm picking myself up from this microphone now, which I have to turn down.
Okay.
So we got about a minute before we start heading into the next segment.
We're having fun here, trying to squeeze more people into the room.
That's right. And so we're just going to... please visit granitegrok.com, click the donate button, and we will buy a headset.
We need a bigger board again.
And a bigger board. So.
And by the way, you too can participate because the phone lines are still alive.
One of them is. Skip unplugged the other one.
Yeah.
You could call us at 603-715-9689. You can put it back on there. Yeah. 603.
Well, I want to thank Annie for letting me have her seat.
Yeah, and
Right.
it was.
Appreciate that.
She won't be using it anytime soon.
No, she won't.
This is her first public appearance, I think.
It
in 2
is.
years.
It could have been. Should have been.
Could have been.
Might have
You're
been.
the stand-in for Annie Kuster?
I cannot tap dance. I did as a child, but no longer. I can shuffle.
Could you prevaricate?
Shall we start a campaign to put
listing.
3 empty chairs on lawns around the state?
There you go. That's a good plan.
Speaking-
I like
Okay, let me try this again.
All right.
Is she up dancing?
Well, I don't know. We're going into the break. So you can watch Annie dance on the live stream. We'll be back next segment with this whole room full of people.
Excellent.
And we're going
And
to talk
not
about
Annie
some
Kuster.
stuff. I don't know what, but we're going to talk about some stuff because that's what we do. It's called GrokTAlk. So we talk.
Talk.
I know.
And Kevin's here with a sheaf of notes.
He is, and we're going to find out what his notes are. I know we kind of almost sort of thought about what we were going to talk about, but we're going to let him take over, and we'll go wherever he wants to go. So, I'm Steve McDonald here with Skip Murphy, Mike Rogers, Susan Olson, and Kevin Kervick, and we'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
When asked whether she still supports Obamacare, Senator Jeanne Shaheen said,
"Yes, I do continue to support the law. We're beginning to see some positive results."
How can Senator Shaheen say we're seeing positive results when 22,000 of our neighbors have already lost their health insurance? What's worse, the Boston Globe reports the state's only health insurance provider radically reduced the number of hospitals in their network, forcing some people to drive over an hour for lab work, even when there's a hospital within a few miles of their home. When pressed about lack of access, Shaheen said,
There are some hospitals that are not covered, unfortunately, and I certainly hope that's going to change.
Jeanne Shaheen promised us we could keep our doctors and our healthcare coverage. Now she hopes we can get to a local hospital? Call Senator Shaheen at 603-647-7500. Tell her we need more than hope. We need leadership. Paid for by Citizens for a Strong New Hampshire.
Hi, this is Rich Gerard, host of Gerard at Large in the Morning, the Manchester area's only locally owned, locally operated, focused, and interested riveting radio show, heard live every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on 90.7 FM WLMW New Hampshire Family Radio, and available 24/7 live or archived at GerardAtLarge.com. Be sure to tune in.
This is a coalition of New Hampshire taxpayers. We're located at 8 North Main in Concord, New Hampshire. This is a repository for all things conservative and municipal. So if you have a problem in your town, your school, your budget committee, the right to know law, and now at the top of our list is voter fraud. You have a tip for us, some information for us, you want to join or help us out, cnht.org.
Hi, this is Rich Gerard, host of Gerard at Large in the Morning. You're listening to GrokTAlk.